was given a 5-minute time limit, but I've known this guy for 38 years, so I need at least 2 minutes per decade. So I've known Jimmy since birth, or as Jaime, as he's apparently known to all the other folks besides our table right here. We were next door neighbors. There's a lot of history there with the groomsmen, right over here in table 3, the Yee family. A lot of history. Collectively, Jimmy, Frankie, Kevin, and I have known each other for 81 years. Yes, I've done the math. I'm certified in Excel. I moved into Jimmy's house when I was 19. I was there for several years. Those were very crucial years for me. I was living in a bubble, sheltered by my dad, so this was a huge dose of reality for me. I gained the independence that I wanted, but also had the support of Jimmy's mom and dad. They would always take care of me if I needed anything. I didn't appreciate it as much back then, but I certainly do so now. I'm an only child, so Jimmy and our other childhood friend Jerry really saved my life. We were brothers. I think our group really was and is the stronghold of our lives. We all could have gone down some darker paths. Our foundation was humor, being able to take it as much as dish it out. Our best qualities were to play, laugh, to not conform, and never take things too seriously. But Jimmy was unique. He would always listen and take so much, but be so even-keeled about it. However, when he dished it out, it was short, straightforward, and always hilarious in that Jimmy way. Some inside jokes like Shits for Stoners, Black Sunshine with the Bondo Flames and the Speedholes, and many more. There is a personal slogan of mine that I want to share, and that is, there's always resistance. You can use that anywhere, anytime, and it'd be right all the time. I think about that more often than I care to admit. Jimmy was always inherently pretty good at stuff. Drums, guitar, more importantly, PC games like Counter-Strike, Warcraft, StarCraft, GoldenEye. All right. He also was the very first in our group to know how to build a custom computer, and he built one for me on more than one occasion. We grew up right when the internet was becoming a thing. We had so many free AOL disks floating around, it was ridiculous. One of my favorite qualities of Jimmy is that he's very resourceful. I'm going to tell a story that dictates that. I didn't clear it with you, but fuck it. I was fortunate enough to have the first computers with internet access in the group one night, and I can't remember if we planned this out or not, but I was downloading a certain picture of a woman who may or may not have clothes on. We were teenagers with internet access, so you do the imagination. This is the 90s. It was dial-up, so it was taking its sweet time downloading from the top down. My computer was located in the kitchen area of my dad's house, and there's a window facing Jimmy's fence. Well, Jimmy being Jimmy was pressed up against that fence with binoculars, peering into that window to see my screen. And I remember, again, I don't know if it's premeditated, it must have been, but I remember looking back and just laughing hysterically. That's being resourceful, whatever it takes. During these pivotal years, Frankie and I were busy trying to get jacked, but Jimmy was ahead of his time. He took up camping, fishing, and hunting. He was playing the long game. Frankie and I thought that working out would get us a plethora of chicks, and Kevin thought that wearing a smaller boy-sized t-shirt would. But clearly, Jimmy won with Jenny. That son of a bitch did it. I'm so proud one of us has made it. I'm so sorry that you're recording this. Kevin, you started out strong, you had an early lead. It is not how you start, it's how you finish. Jimmy is now the best chance that at least one of us is not a loser. I can't think of a better match for him than Jimmy. I mean, statistically speaking, of course there is, for both sides. But you really are perfect for him. Sorry, I'm an accountant. I'm so happy for you guys, and I'm looking forward to all the future adventures you continue to have. Jenny, just promise me one thing. Please, for the love of God, do not do his laundry for him. He's a grown-ass man. I'm almost up. I hope that everyone knows I believe some foundations of a good relationship are open communication and respect. You guys will have some disagreements and differences of opinions, of course, but remember to be willing to rethink, operate with a growth mindset, and to truly listen to your partner. In the end, if it's rooted in love, everything will be okay. But then again, who am I to give relationship, let alone marriage advice? Clearly not winning Husband of the Year award anytime soon. You'd be taking it from a guy who's nearly 30 with about 5.3 failed relationships to my name. But I can speak a little bit about love. I love you, Jimmy. I love you, Frankie. And yes, even you too, Kevin. I can't wait to potentially be an uncle-type figure should you guys choose to have kids. If you want your kids to grow up to learn how to fight, you got Frank the Tank right there, undefeated in my book. If you want that kid to grow up, floundering around life, wondering what they're going to be one day, then I'm your man. I at least might be able to advise on how much protein to consume. Lastly, and I hope you know this, if you ever need anything, no matter where I am, no matter what you need, I'll be there. We all will. All right, that's off my chest. Onward. Cheers.
That was deeper than I thought it was going to be. That was really good.